For nurses, doctors and healthcare workers, EFT tapping for you. This video is for my nursing colleagues, doctors and health professionals, to guide you on a simple tool that can address what you might be feeling and to help regulate your nervous system with the current health situation we find ourselves in. Emotional freedom technique, EFT tapping, is easy to learn and to use in a wide variety of situations. So who am I? My name is Gayleen Hansen, and I work both as a registered nurse in New Zealand and as an EFT and a matrix re-imprinting practitioner and more. So what is EFT? It's an emotional self-regulation tool where we use our fingers on specific acupuncture, acupressure points. There's multiple studies now, including meta-analyses, that have demonstrated that EFT tapping can significantly decrease cortisol levels, reduce anxiety, reduce elevated blood pressure, improve our resting heart rate, increase salivary immunoglobulin, and in the studies it increased it by 113%. So it's really good for our immune systems, and there's many more studies. Just for a moment, I want to talk a little bit about fear. What happens in fear? We shut down this frontal cortex thinking area of our brain, and we go into the survival brain, into our brainstem. When we settle and calm ourselves, we bring more blood supply and oxygen to our frontal cortex, and we can think more clearly. It's natural to feel fear, but what do we do with that fear? Another important point is that we may feel emotions and these sensations and feelings, but they don't define us, not as a human being, the specific us. I'd like to have a disclaimer in this video that listening to and using these tools in this video, you take full responsibility for you, for your own emotional, physical and psychological health. When we're using EFT, it can raise something within us, a thought, a memory. If it arises for you, keep tapping, and if necessary, seek support from your health professional. In this video, we're not going to use the facial points, in line with our current guidelines, not to put our hands near our face unless we've washed them properly. So we're going to use the points of the collarbones. Just drop over the collarbones on either side of your sternum here, below the breasts, under your arms. You can do it this way. You can give yourself like a hug, tap both sides. You can do it this way. One side, both sides, it doesn't matter. Our wrist points, and we can tap them like that, we can tap them like that, or we might want to just go this way. We have finger points on the tops of the fingers here. We can tap each of those. And you can also just give them a squeeze if you want to. You just kind of tap them like that. Just tapping there on the finger points. And we have the gamut point. So if we separate the fingers here, between our ring and our little finger, and we come on the back of the hand here, it's picking up several points on the back here. And you might just want to hold it, or you might want to tap it. And maybe the top of your head. You can use these body points even if you're in your protective gear. But in this case, I'd avoid the top of your head. So let's begin. In EFT, we tune in to what's happening for us. The feeling, the sensation, the emotion, your concern. And you focus on that specific feeling, concern. We rate it out of 10. As health professionals, we know our 0 to 10 well, don't we? 10 the worst, 0 none. And we also notice where we feel it in our body. We can tune in to where that is for us, and we can be aware that there may be a colour might come up for you, a shape, the weight, how heavy is it light, is it heavy? So issues that you might be feeling. All this uncertainty. Will I get it? Will I spread it? Have I got it and I don't know? Will there be enough isolation beds? Is there going to be enough protective gear? Is there going to be enough staff to care for everybody? So many different fears and uncertainty here for ourselves, our family, those we care for. The questions we're asking ourselves, should I isolate myself from my family? And then we have all the reminders of the fear, the news, the media. And there's just like a collective fear that's around the world. What do you feel? What is it that you have out of these different issues? Some you may feel, some you may not. Okay, so let's do some tapping. Now you've got your concern or your feeling. Give it a 0 to 10. Where do you feel it in your body? Notice if there's a colour, a shape, a size. Take a moment, maybe close your eyes for a moment, if you can, where you are, and just tune into your body and what comes up for you. And then we start tapping on the side of our hand. And we're going to do this in 3, a set of 3. That even though I have or I feel, might be this uncertainty, will I get it? What about my family? Where do you feel it in your body while you're tapping on the side of your hand? Notice if it's the colour, what that feels like, shape, size. That even though I have all this, what you're experiencing, I accept, I am feeling this right now. Even though I have this feeling in my stomach, in my throat, my chest, my heart, and it might be red, this red colour that's heavy, size of an orange, whatever it is for you. I can choose how I respond to this feeling, this fear. Even though I have this, perhaps your words for this, your red, heavy feeling in my chest. That's a 7 out of 10 at the moment. I can tap and I can breathe and I can allow my body to settle. And maybe I can choose to let some of this go and feel safer right now. Now we take just a short keywords and we tap through the body points. You can substitute your words for this. I'm going to just use some. All this uncertainty. Will I get it? All is fair. This big, heavy, red colour in my throat. I'm feeling it there. I feel it in mine. It's a 7 out of 10. Substitute your number. This red feeling. Maybe it's in your chest. Maybe it's in your stomach. Maybe I can stay calm. Maybe I can change this feeling. I'm okay. I can breathe. Maybe I can change this feeling. I'm settling myself right now. Right here. Right now. I can feel safe. I can choose to feel safe. Take a breath. Tune into how you feel. Is it the same? Is it different? Rate it out of your 0 to 10 now. If it's gone up for you, another aspect has come in. So you can tap on that one. Let's do some other round on, a little bit more. For example, even though I worried if there's going to be enough beds, is there going to be enough protective gear? What about my family? Should I isolate myself from my family? We keep getting all these reminders on the news, the media. So many people feeling this. I accept that I'm feeling this right now. That even though I'm experiencing what I feel, where I'm feeling it, the number I give it out of 10, I can choose how I respond to this feeling, to this fear. That even though I'm experiencing fear, uncertainty, will I get it? Will I spread it? Have I got it? And I don't know. I can tap and I can breathe and I can allow my body to settle. And maybe I can choose to let some of this go and feel safer right now. Take the keywords. Let's go back through our points. This uncertainty. Are there going to be enough beds? Is there going to be enough protective gear? All these thoughts of mine. All these concerns. All these things I worry about. Maybe I can let some of them go now. Maybe I can tap. I'm calming my immune system. I'm calming my nervous system. I'm calming my amygdala, where all this gets processed. What can I do right here, right now? I can breathe. I can breathe here, right now. I can feel in. I can acknowledge what I'm feeling and take time to breathe, to settle, to tune into what I'm feeling, and maybe feel safer right here and right now. Do more rounds as you need. If you don't want to actually tap, you can just touch. You can touch and hold. Fingers, these points here. Just touch and hold and breathe. And maybe you just want to breathe and tap without words. Just move through your points. So you can use words or not. To finish, place your hands over your heart and breathe. In for 6 and out for 6. 2 more times. Basic heart math, coherence breathing. You can feel like you're tuning in and breathing in actually through your heart as well. Like you can breathe in through your heart, feel like you're breathing in there, and out through your heart. And you can tune in for another 3 breaths, breathing in and out through your heart, with a beautiful knowing image, somebody you care about, a place you love, for another 3 breaths. If you would like more guidance, you can contact me. There's much on my website, www.nurturingnaturally.nz, and there's links to my email and Facebook there. Remember, you're not alone, and there's much that you can do and that we can do together. Go well.